There's been so much talk throughout this offseason so far. Obviously, it's been very short-lived to this point since it's only late June. But all this talk about Kevin Durant and Giannis Antetokounmpo being Raptors, and we're all sitting here like, yeah, okay, sure. We'll believe it when we see it. We know Masai's done it in the past, but, again, as a Blue Jays fan as well, we've been the bridesmaid I don't know how many times, so I'm not going to believe it till I see it. Then next thing you know, Masai Ujiri is gone as Raptors president. Holy smokes, with a year left on his contract, Masai out. Did not see this happening. Thought maybe at the end of the contract that would kind of just be it. Because over the last little while, the team hasn't been great. They didn't get... Look, let's be honest. The way that their star players left, pretty bad. Watching Fred VanVleet walk for nothing was pretty painful. Watching the trade package you got back for Pascal Siakam, pretty painful. The OG Anunoby package hasn't done anything with substance as of yet. So we're all kind of waiting for something to happen. And nothing has happened. Not saying that's the reason that Masai is gone, but after 13 years within the Raptors organization, his time is up. Now, Keith Pelley did say they will be finding a new president for the Toronto Raptors. When Brendan Shanahan was canned, Keith Pelley also said in that press conference that he would not be looking one for the Leafs. Look, he's doing some bold stuff. Getting rid of Masai, getting rid of Brendan Shanahan, all within like a 2-month span, month or two span? It's pretty ballsy stuff. Better pay off. Now, I'm not going to sit here and defend what Masai's done recently, because let's be honest, a lot of it's kind of fallen flat. However, he did bring the Raptors their first ever championship. He did make the ballsy move of grabbing Kawhi Leonard. He did draft Pascal Siakam. He got Norman Powell. He got Fred VanVleet. There's been a lot of hits. Also thank the Knicks for not accepting the trade to send Kyle Lowry there. So he got a little lucky as well. JV, which eventually led to Marc Gasol. He was a part of it all. But all good things must come to an end. And after 12 years, no, what am I talking about? Yeah, 12 years within the organization and beloved by Raptor fans, creating the We the North era, his time is up. What that means moving forward, I have no clue. Am I excited to see what happens moving forward? I'm not there yet, because again, they don't have a person in charge yet. Once they do, come back to me. But what I will say is this team is very intriguing looking. They got a ton of talent, a lot of depth, but the question is, how do they all mix together? That's going to be the big deciding factor here. You look at the way the roster looks, and your starting five of, IQ, Scotty, in no particular order or, position. IQ, Scotty Barnes, IQ, Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, Brandon Ingram, and Jakob Poeltl. It's not a bad starting five. How does it work together? I don't know. And then you look at the way the bench looks for the Raptors, and this is where the bench looks very, very interesting. You got Grady Dick coming off the bench. You've got, I guess now, sophomore now, in Jacoby Walter, who we all know finished the season extremely strong and looked really good. Jamal Shed, we all know what he can do. Ochai Agbaji, right? And then you add, where else? Jonathan Mogbo with the clear big-time energy he's going to give you. You'll probably sprinkle in the rookie Colin Murray-Boyles as well. You've got depth. But the question is, how does it all mix? And the question still remains is, you don't have a number one. You don't have a top-tier talent. You don't have a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You don't have a Donovan Mitchell in the Cavs. I'm trying to just look at teams and try to think of number one. You don't have those guys. You don't have a LeBron. You don't have where Anthony Edwards. You don't have a guy like that yet. So how do you acquire that? Well, you were hoping it's from within. To this point, nothing's been proven. That's why all the Durant and Giannis talks were picking up. Were they of any substance? I don't know. But all I know is that's the next thing, is just figuring out how these pieces with this core work. And if they don't, got to make some bold decisions. And bringing in a new president right at the very top that has no emotions, nothing to do with these players. He won't care. And I kind of like that. Masai did love his guys a little too much, and it kind of came into bite him in the rear end with the Fred VanVleet scenario, and waiting to the last second to trade Pascal and getting not too much for him. It did come back to bite him. So we'll see what happens. But for myself, I do have to say this: Masai, as a hockey and baseball fan, growing up in Toronto, not being a big Raptor guy, I'm going to be honest, for my entire life. Hitting that We the North era back in 2013 sparked the interest and had me hooked. And from that day on, I've been locked into Raptor basketball, and I will be for the rest of my life, I feel. So I thank him for that. I thank him for Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, for those fun regular seasons. And let's be honest, the 2019 championship would not be made without the acquisition of Kawhi Leonard and the really ballsy decision to trade DeMar DeRozan, to bring in Nick Nurse and fire Dwayne Casey as he was the coach of the year that year. To trade Jonas Valanciunas at the deadline for Marc Gasol, a beloved player. Those moves were massive in attributing to this right here. So I thank him for it. Wish him all the best moving forward, wherever that may be. For the Toronto Raptors, it's on to the next thing. Because it has to be. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and wanted to say a little something about Masai, let me know in the comments below. But hit that like button if you guys enjoyed it. The subscribe button, you guys not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on Masai Ujiri, his tenure as a Raptor, everything you feel about Masai. Let me know down below in the comments. Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. So follow up there if you haven't done so already, and I will talk to you guys at least very shortly, because Johnny T's back. And as for the Blue Jays, they're in action tonight in Boston against the Red Sox. Jose Barrios, Brian Bayo is the pitching matchup there. 7:07 first pitch at Fenway. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and Masai's tenure, which led to this. So if you enjoyed that, we'll talk to you guys soon.